Sorry, guys. Sorry. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Right, so I'm here in East Belfast with the concerned parents who are out tonight, walking about together, enjoying each other's company, socialising, and just keeping a wee weary eye on the neighbourhood. And they've been getting a lot of flack, guys, from the PSNI, the government, and the mainstream media, you know. And the police have come out and basically called them all racist, you know. So I am going to just get a wee, give you an idea of what's going on.
Yeah.
So that's Harland and Wolf. You can see the red lights. That's the cranes in East Belfast, guys.
Yeah. We'll just let everyone know that when we walk away, we're going back to the car to wait in jail.
So yeah, this is East Belfast, guys. It's getting a lot of attention from the media. These guys, men and women, out keeping an eye on our area and getting to know each other. And yeah, so like I say, guys, welcome to my live. This is Freedom Dad, coming to you live, a late live, 10:30. And yeah, we've already seen some police activity tonight, and it'll be interesting to see how it goes. This is like an industrial site here. As you can see, it's a loyalist area. You see the flags are not flying tonight. It's a very still night. Very nice night tonight, guys. I've got a jumper and a jacket on, which I don't think I need. Like I say, the red lights in front are Harland and Wolf, the cranes, the famous cranes in Belfast City. As you're coming in on the boat, you always see them. Yeah, a lot of history in East Belfast. You know, the East Belfast boys call this God's country, believe it or not. Hello, Freedom Dad and everyone. And so say hello to Fred. Say hello, Fred.
Hello, everyone.
Let's jump in, give a wee wave. Fred's here. I've got the microphone if I need to get a mic out. But we're just going to roll with it. We'll take a wee walk down to the front, see what's happening down at the front, won't we, Fred?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're live in East Belfast, where all the controversy of the men and women coming out onto the streets at night time, walking about, patrolling their areas, having a chat, making sure everybody's safe, making sure the homeless are okay, making sure women can get out of the town safely if they've had too much to drink and they don't have a taxi, which we have seen with the evidence of the videos that these guys have brought. And yeah, we'll talk a wee bit more about it as the night rolls on. $167 in the chat, thank you. I know it's quite late, guys. If you hit the like button, I'll get it out a wee bit further.
Share the old platforms too.
Share the old platforms, guys. Thank you, Fred. Just one of our memorials, just as we're passing. Yeah, aye, very good. Very good, boys. All right, man. Thank you all in the chat. If you hit the like button, the share button. So yeah, Freedom Dot here, out with the boys in East Belfast, where all the attention and controversy and yeah, could say a lot more about it, but I'm not going to say it right now. Concerned parents, you know. So let me see. Hope it's not too shaky, guys. Keep it up, lads. Thank you, D Street now. Thank you, Stuart. Yeah, keep hitting that like button for us, guys. 218 and 77 likes hit. 2 seconds just to flick up on your remote. Go along, hit the like, the wee thumbs up, and that should get it out. Foxy lad, good to see you. CJ Audits, thank you, mate. Thanks for coming in, CJ. Always good to see a fellow YouTuber. TikToker, the most arrested YouTuber in Northern Ireland, CJ Audits.
CJ loves it.
There you go. May the force be with you. Going across over here. Come on, Alien. Come on, the oldest one of us all.
Give me a shout out to Gloria there.
Hello, Gloria. How you doing? Hope you're doing good. Oh, what was James' place name? Victoria. Is it Victoria? I shared it as well. Names. Oh, I like the names. Oh, hey.
Straight on the ball.
Quite a lot of people watching. Yeah, it's a really nice night in East Belfast. Hello, James Cahill. Trying to catch what I can here. It's difficult when I'm walking like this. Welders for a paint. So yeah, East Belfast, guys. Ready in case we need the mics. Mics on standby. Got guys behind us. We've got guys in front of us. Guys either side of me. So yeah, seems a quiet night. Just go for a wee walk, guys. Thank you for 260s coming in. Thank you for all the thumbs up. Thank you so much. And thank you for those that shared this. And, last night they were accosted by meat wagons, what we call meat wagons, PSNI Land Rovers, and harassed, filmed, cameras pushed in front of their faces, and told to lift down their hoodies. Now, in Section 23, I believe A is where they put into play where they weren't allowed to have any face coverings. Now, I've never heard of not being able to have a hood up. That doesn't make any sense. Bit of support there from the community. And, yeah. So yeah, it's a very strange situation that we understand with facial recognition they need to see your face, but having a hood up does not mean that they cannot see your face. This is something new, being told to take a hood down. We are genuinely heading into Orwellian times, guys, and there's nothing wrong with going for a walk on a summer's night with a lot of friends, talking about what's going on in the world, pondering the universe, what happens when you die, and just keeping a weary eye on our surroundings. And these guys have been called vigilantes. People don't like their style, and there is more to come, guys. There is more to come. Can they leave a Section 23? Sorry, what was that? 23 on the... Well, that's another story. That's lads about to take her down. It's only applies if they are searching you. There you go now. This is why we need you. We need you, CJ. You have the experience that we don't have when it comes to confrontations with the police. And for anybody that wants to know, that's Freddie's TikTok there. Freedom Corner. If you want to follow Fred on TikTok, Freedom Corner is what you put in. It is at Freedom Corner 3. At Freedom Corner 3. And you can follow Freddie and give some support and love to everybody in the Freedom Dad team. That's what it's all about. British Loader, how you doing? We're in East Belfast, mate. This is where all the controversies are, the guys. It's all over the media. This is who Stephen Nolan, who is a very famous journalist in Northern Ireland, one of the most high-paying journalists that we have, the most high-paid journalists we have, and been calling these guys vigilantes and worse, calling them, basically saying that they're racist, And, the thing is that they're not racist. They're not just picking on foreigners. They're not picking on people because of the colour of skin. They have video evidence to prove. People have seen it. They've put it online, and it's, what's the ratio? Maybe 3 coloured people to 1 white guy, and that's their fault. So because there's more foreigners on the streets in the middle of the night in shady areas, and they're asking what you up to, and they're racist. It's not our fault these men are on the streets. It's not these men's fault that these men are on the streets, but they aren't racist. It's just who happens to be on the street. And every single video that you've seen, maybe you don't agree with the style of delivery, but there's a lot going on behind the scenes that you just don't know. There's a lot happening in East Belfast that's not being spoken about, but everybody in East Belfast is talking about it, And this is the problem with the silencing. This is the problem with being called far-right and racist. They have everybody terrified to speak out, and now they're trying to stop people walking the streets. There's no vigilantes. These are guys, and they're out just for a walk. They know the law, they know the parameters of the law, and they're sticking to it. And yeah, the last couple of nights they've been getting accosted by the police, sticking cameras in their faces and, you know, giving them a hard time, following them about. So I'm here to document what's going on, who these guys really are. Maybe we get a chat with a couple of them later on, and have a wee stroll around Belfast. And thank you all for coming in and sharing this night with us. And yeah, all we do is document real life. You know, Stephen Nolan isn't here. There's no media here. They're all sitting in their armchairs and in their studios, you know, and calling everybody names instead of coming out and looking into it, you know. Being a real journalist for once and stop spouting the rhetoric from the government that anybody that dissents or disagrees with the government or talks about mass immigration not being good for the country or diversity isn't quite working out everywhere, then you're far right and racist. And we're sick of it. People in Northern Ireland are sick of it. We've seen what's going on in England for the last 15 years. We're watching what's going on in Ireland every week right now, and we're sick of it. We're not stupid. We're not going to be gaslit. And there's many groups, and I will be going around all the groups. You know, this is the one that's in the headlines right now. So I will go around all the groups, all the different groups that are doing this in Belfast tonight and every night in all different areas. And we will go out for a walk with them. And we will find out who they truly are and why they're on the street. And I think the biggest question people want to ask is what's going on in Belfast? Why are all these groups popping up? You know, what's changed? You know, what's changed? Yeah, everything, says Fred. Well, there's a lot of changes, guys. There's a lot of silencing. There's a lot of gaslighting. And, you know, it's not fair. It's not right. We're not stupid. We can see what's going on with our own eyes. And we're not going to allow anybody to be silenced in this country like they did to Tommy Robinson. And that's what everybody's terrified of. And they know what comes after that, you know. More boys at the back there. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video earlier on. It was good to get a chat with these people. Not very many talk, and I'll have to take my hat off to that woman who had the balls to speak to Freedom Dad and at least speak up for what she stands for. And you can't take that away from her no matter what you think, no matter what you think her ideologies are, her ambitions in life and who she supports and gets behind. You know, that's up to her. Freedom of expression and freedom of speech and her freedom to protest. And we'll never take that away from anybody, but it is good to talk. Like I said, it was the wrong place, the wrong time, you know. A lot of things happened after that when they left, you know. And I don't know, I don't think it wouldn't have went too bad because it was mostly women. But yeah, a lot of guys were turning up as we were coming away. And there was also a statement put out from guys in the area that's going about now online, showing distaste and that they don't want that in their area, and it is what it is, you know. And it's only journalists like myself who are on the street, in these streets, that know these things, that are able to go out there and talk to these people the way we do and keep everybody safe at the same time, you know. So it is what it is. We're not there, we're not haters, we're not there to cause trouble, you know, but we're not here to put up with people coming in with them ideologies in our areas when that area isn't that way. You know, we've got the bonfires getting lit tomorrow by the Catholic community, and they're burning Israeli flags, they're burning all sorts, and they've even got a bit up about Lee Rigby, you know, rest in peace, and they've got a placard up with his name on it when they're going to burn it along with his name. So yeah, there's a lot going on in the minute in Northern Ireland. We're still at that problem with different sides of religions, with Protestants and Catholics, and you know, on top of that we've got what the government are trying to do to us. And yeah, there's arms and legs that come off us, guys. Arms and legs. And you know, we're struggling. Everybody's struggling. You know, NHS, mental health services, councils, they're all scrambling to get money. They're making cuts, and it's the poor, it's the working class, the most deprived families that are suffering, because they're the easiest people to take money off because they don't have loud voices. And that's one of the reasons why we do this. We're going to bring voices to the people that don't have the voices, the ones in our working class areas, our most vulnerable areas. that are being plagued by something we've never seen before, and something we're not used to. And yeah, it is one of them things, you know what I mean? There's a lot happening. There is a lot happening in Northern Ireland, all over Northern Ireland, and this is why you're getting people coming out in Portadown and Newton Abbey, Shankill, Woodville, Ballymena, East Belfast and Bangor. All concerned parent groups that are taking to the streets at night time. So, you know, you do what you want with that. The main question I would be asking is, why? Why are they out there? That's what the people should be asking. You know, when we highlighting this, more people will ask them questions. Sarah, hit the like, please. Thank you, Sarah. So that you know I'm safe, everything's good, all good. Got Freddie with me, got Stevie with me. And yeah, it's a really nice night. It's nice and warm. I've actually got too many layers on, to be honest with you, but you know. We've seen one police car tonight, guys, you know. So maybe it's Freedom Dad's lives keeping them away. You know, so maybe they don't know how to deal with this. But they didn't have any problem dealing with it last night, did they, when they were putting cameras in the Patriots' faces and harassing them. But these fucking vans we're talking about.
Is that the entry bigger vans?
Nope, nope. Good man. So yeah, they're driving about in vans in East Belfast. Are they unmarked vans, guys? Are they unmarked vans? Unmarked vans. So that's something new.
What the fuck is it? It's fully out now.
Nice. Keep going. So how you doing, buddy? It's live, so it is, but I won't get you on. How you doing? So what brings you out here tonight?
To show my support because
Speak up. Just speak up so they can hear you.
I'm still a wee bit.
Nervous? Don't be nervous.
Yeah.
It's Freedom Dad. Just relax. So, what has you out here tonight? What are you doing? What's the crack tonight?
Well, I hear that a fellow Patriot is going to be arrested, and we're just out here to show our support.
Right. Okay.
So we are.
I hadn't actually delivered that information yet, but it's out there now. Relax, it's all good, mate. Listen, it's all good, it's all good. Yeah, so, yeah, you know, at the end of the day, well, let's talk about this, you know what I mean? So, one of the guys is, they've been to his door twice a day, two carloads, two van loads, and harassing and stuff like that. And, you know, he's been on the phone to his lawyer, and like the lawyer's been speaking to the PSNI, and it took a wee while, but eventually, you know, they've got a warrant for him, which is fair enough, you know what I mean? So we're here out walking the night to show support and to show that, you know, it's more than one person, you know what I mean? This isn't just nobody's a ringleader, nobody's a boss, nobody, you know what I mean? And they're grasping at straws, and you know that's all we're doing is supporting any patriot that's under any threat anyway, because he's trying to protect my wee Lucky. And it all comes down to that for me, and I think it comes down to that for everybody. You know, yes, there's a lot of men with shady pasts, but this is Northern Ireland, this is Belfast, this is East Belfast. You know, everybody's been involved in the troubles, either indirectly or directly. And, you know, everybody knows somebody's been in prison, or everybody knows somebody's been up to visit in prison, you know what I mean? So it is what it is, you know. Nobody's perfect, and it's people who aren't ever thought that they would be in this situation where a government would be pushing people from other countries into the communities where it isn't working, where we see horrific crimes over and over again in England and Ireland, evidence over and over again that it isn't working, and total gaslighting by the government. And the main question a lot of people ask in Northern Ireland is to the government in England, when is enough enough? When is it too much? because we've got hundreds coming in every day, if not up to over 1,000. You know, they say they're going to put them back, so we stop the boats. But then we've got to stop the planes, because if they took 200 to France, we've got to take 200 off France. And we don't have to tell France. We have to tell France if there's anybody that we're sending back with criminal records, but yet the French don't need to tell us if they're sending anybody to us with criminal records. So, the boats might be stopped. They might be trying to stop the boats. I don't think, because obviously there's lawyers and there's NGOs and top lawyers and human rights lawyers. They'll do everything to keep these guys in the country. Never forget that. This is the power of the left. This is the power of the far left. And you've got to remember as well, the Home Office. Who's in the Home Office? Who's running things right now? And yeah, a lot of questions need asked about what's going on with the establishment, with Westminster and with the government of the United Kingdom. And, you know, it's with a heavy heart that these men find themselves on the walking streets in the middle of the night. And yeah, but the main thing is, the good thing is that the police are here, as we see. Here's the police here. So they're doing their job tonight, so they are. They're doing their job tonight, guys. So this is the power that these guys have. We've got the police patrolling the streets once again. Unfortunately, they're just patrolling the streets because these men are here. They're here to keep an eye on the Patriots. They're here to keep an eye on the fathers and the grandfathers who are doing a bit more than doing nothing, you know. And it doesn't take much to do a bit more than nothing, guys, as you know. And what is this? It's a walk in their local areas. And yeah, if it didn't pay off, if there wasn't results, it wouldn't happen. They're not going to waste their time doing something that's not working. But, you know, there is evidence that it is working. You know, and eventually we'll bring the evidence as we go forward. But, you know, with people being threatened of arrest here, we have to be careful what we say, because we don't want to give them any heads up of the defence that we have. And, yeah, it is what it is. They're going to pull up in front of the front group. So, yeah, as you see, the police going by again. The watchers watching the watchers, seems to be, guys. So thank you, 563 in. Amazing, thank you for this time of the night. Thank you for popping in the Freedom Dash channel. We are in East Belfast. If anybody asks a question and I don't see it, one of my moderators will answer the question, or other people in the chat will answer the question. There's lots of people that live in these streets that are watching this right now, will be able to tell you everything you need to know of where it is, why they're right, etc., etc. Just give you another rundown. This is East Belfast. This is the EBFD out on patrol in East Belfast, and trying to put a deterrent down, trying to make people aware that there is eyes everywhere, and you know, this is the way these men want. They don't want to cause trouble. They don't want to start riots. They don't want to go online and, you know, get into silly arguments and end up getting lifted by the thought police, and like we see in England and Scotland. And yeah, this is what they do. And what's the crime? What's the crime? You know? But you know what I mean? It is what it is. This is highlighting, you know, and you'll probably find them quietening down a wee bit now, because they realise that all the highlighting that the MSM are doing, trying to badmouth these men. You know what? The Belfast Telegraph put a post up online about these guys, and you know they had to shut the comments down, because these guys were getting so much support from everywhere around Northern Ireland, and the government realised that. The government know the people of Northern Ireland are behind the men who are going out on the streets in every part of Northern Ireland right now, and they know that. That worries them. So they've got to tread very carefully now, because we are the people, they are the people, and the people watching us right now are the people, and the people watching us tomorrow are the people, and the people that they arrest are our people, you know. And
What's going on in the Catholic areas, Freedom Dash?
yeah, the Catholic areas will be lighting their bonfires tomorrow night, I believe. Isn't that right? 15th tomorrow, isn't it? I'm sure they light their bonfires. All right, mate. Oh, thanks very much, mate. Thank you, mate. Thank you. As I was saying, the people in East Belfast are watching. Somebody's shaking my hand. And this is what time is it? Well, 11 o'clock at night. You know, and this is what I was saying in my live last night. Where we go, we get love. We get keep doing what you're doing, Freedom Dad. Don't stop. Everywhere, everyone, and the Freedom Dad team gets love, support, and East Belfast, EB, FD will also get the support and love from the community. And we will be here, there and behind every man that they arrest or persecute, like they did with Tommy Robinson. Think so? Because of that, right? Oh, don't know, man. We're going to be careful, man, you know what I mean? We're on a live, for fuck's sake. But, yeah. It's a busy wee street, this, isn't it? So, yeah, as I was saying, the people will support the Patriots. The men, you're sticking their heads above the parapets right now, and to highlight what's coming, to highlight exactly what the government are trying to silence. We will support them in every way, and we will never leave anybody behind in any of our communities that's doing something for my daughter, your daughter, and all our daughters, and the future of this country. Doesn't matter what religion you are, one day it won't matter at all. And so we need to get ahead of the game as citizens in Northern Ireland, both Protestants and Catholics, guys. We need to get ahead of this. You seen the flag I got going to Dublin? You seen how the machine worked against Freedom Dad? They brought out articles in the newspaper saying I was related to the Shankill Butchers the morning I was going to Dublin. And you seen the backlash I got when I spoke outside the post office in Dublin, which was invited by Patriots to speak at there. And yeah, the machine worked against us because the machine doesn't want us coming together because we'll be so powerful. And we're just waiting for some to catch up in some of these areas, these West Belfast, the Bogside, and Armagh, places like that. Who?
Jean.
Through Facebook. You can contact me through Facebook. I'm Freedom Dad FD on Facebook, and you can leave a message on there and it will get to me 110%. And just tell me who you are, and you saw my live and you spoke to Freddie, and I'll know exactly who you are. Hope it's not too shaky, guys. But streets are getting quiet now, like. What's that, mate?
Who's Liam?
Who?
Who's Liam? I go with Liam's brother.
I go with Liam's brother. I don't know who Liam is. Liam?
Don't think who that is.
Liam? It's not, what? McConnell? No, that's fucking Niall. It's not like we know many Liams, is it?
I don't know. Fucking.
Well, maybe we do, I don't know.
Ask Freddie.
Is that... Well, we're on a live as well, so don't want any personal information getting given out, guys. Just be careful what you're saying. We've had like this before where people know us and start talking about things, and you know, just be careful, guys, because we don't know who's watching this live right now, and we don't talk about anybody that would not want to be spoke about on a live in Freedom Dads, you know. So we always keep our safety paramount, guys. Have a good night. Thank you. Great job. Thank you. Yeah, Fred's on the comments, guys. Fred's on the comments, or so he is on his phone. So anybody that doesn't know what's going on, this is the East Belfast boys, concerned parents, and they walk the streets every night, early hours in the morning, and just make sure everybody's safe. There's nobody needing any help. Homeless guys are all right. None of our girls are walking late into the night. So, and just asking people how they're getting on, if anybody's hanging about somewhere. And the thing is, you know, these guys have been doing this for a wee while now, and they start to see the same faces hanging about. And, you know, there's a lot to come from it that we can't talk about right now. But all will be revealed, no doubt. Like I say, the guys were waiting, obviously because of the mainstream media and the Green Party coming out and saying that they were vigilantes, as always. Then the police start looking into it, and, you know, people don't like the style. They don't understand the full story of some of the videos. The guys are videoing everything, and, you know, they were open and honest about it. And, yeah. So, you know, it's been all over mainstream media. It's all over social media. You know, everybody's talking about the EBFD, you know. And like I say, they're just parents. It's not paramilitaries or nothing like that. You know what I mean? It's both Protestants and Catholics. And yeah, nothing's reported properly these days. I just want to tell you the really nitty gritty, what sells the papers and what suits the narrative. To try and get the support taken away from these guys, you know. We hear people saying about shady past and all sorts of nonsense coming out, you know. At first, like way back when they started doing it, they were speaking to a couple of homeless guys and helping them out. And then one of the homeless guys got a beating, and it was put out that it was these guys, 20 of these guys. What is it?
Unmarked.
Oh, was it unmarked? Aye, unmarked. I was unmarked away by there. So there was like, so the guys were obviously doing this walk every night, and they were filming it. And there was NGOs there feeding them, and they were like, "What happened?" And they were like, "Did we harm you in any way?" And he was like, on camera. He was like on camera in front of the NGOs. "No, these are good men. These men helped me." And they were like, "So what happened to you?" And he goes, "2 Lithuanians down there done it." So, you know, it isn't the first time these guys have been tried to set these guys up, and it won't be the last. You know what I mean? There's no two ways about it. Anybody that stands up against what the government are trying to do to our country gets attacked by mainstream media because they work for the government. And, you know, that seems to be the common thread right now. You know, the things that are going on in this country should be covered by the media, isn't getting covered by the media, you know. I just can't see the moon as well as I can see it, guys. That's the moon up there, just there, right in the middle of the screen.
I used to strip a couple copper wires from it.
You still okay? You okay? So this is East Belfast, Northern Ireland, guys. Where in Northern Ireland there's a lot happening. There's a lot of awareness of what's coming because of the actions of some men who are coming into our country. And, you know, a lot of people have had enough. It's not, we're at the stage now where it's overwhelming, but it's starting to creep in. And things are happening. Things that don't normally happen are happening, and, you know, it's got to a stage where the police can't keep it quiet anymore. Each community is being affected. We've had the Ballymena carry on. It's bad enough on its own. And but there's been lots more happening, lots and lots. I took a load of screen.
Says, why can't the police do what you guys are doing?
Yeah, this is the problem, you see, because just like in England, the police are scared to accost anybody. The racist card, the fear of Islam, you know, this is the problem that England's had, and this is how it's been able to, that's how they were able to get away with what they got away with, because everybody was off. Social work were off, police were off, nobody wanted to interact, nobody wanted to point any fingers, nobody wanted to tell the truth for the fear of being called racist. And we can see evidence of that happening today, you know.
You alright?
All right, how you doing? Do you want to hold on to that and I'll just grab a drink? I don't know what the battery's like. Should be all right still. 76 on that one. Hello, boys.
%100% Brickmaster. Good to see indeed. We need more of it. We're only documenting what's happening here. People walking the streets.
Hey, let's go. And I don't drink energy drinks. So when you see Freedom Dad with an energy drink, you know he needs it. You know he needs it. Right, that'll do. You're giving me a complex.
Oh, he's getting a complex now, guys. He's never off the camera, like.
Nearly 700 videos, guys. I don't know what
700
number it's at.
videos and he's scared of drinking Monster on screen.
It is a late one for us, like, guys. Freedom Dad's normally in his bed. You know what I mean? I have been trying to put this off, you know what I mean? But, you know, whenever things happen, you need to step
This
up.
has nothing to do with drug day and Scary B. That would be why.
Yeah, catch up, man.
I think you're on the wrong page, mate.
Yeah.
Hannah Davis loves a Monster. Stay hydrated. Cheers, Foxy lad.
Give a shout out to Victoria.
I have to give a shout out to Victoria too here.
Yeah. Yeah, no sweat, man. We'll be behind you.
No, didn't see that. He'll not be able to check his Facebook till he gets home now.
Till I come off the live.
Till he comes off the live anyway, guys. Cheers for reaching out, Gene. I've heard that about Red Bull. I also heard there's a terrible fall down after it.
Oh, I don't like Red Bull. I don't even like the smell of Red Bull.
No, you see, that's what these guys have done over the last load of weeks, months. They've been getting people off the streets.
Yeah, so there was an incident in the Ormo Park, and a man with a foreign description, he well, stick the mic in. Let me finish this and I'll talk to him. I'll stick the mic in a wee minute and tell you a couple of facts of what's going on. Yeah, man. Excuse me. I should have brought that.
Hello there, Paula. Go walking, yes, remember that? I've heard of. Oh, now you've got the tune stuck in my head.
What one's that?
Go walking, that's what to do. Stepping out is good for you.
Hey, we'll get a copyright, fuck's sake. Wait.
Well, you want to know who's patrolling the parks? Good question, good timing.
Go, back off. Right, stick on in. Shit, I missed a bit. No, hold on, I've lost a wee bit, mate. Hold on to that. No, I won't go in. There's a wee bit missing.
Oh,
Come on.
Yeah, Botanic Avenue, Donegal Pass, it's all bad down that neck of the woods. Lisburn Road.
Right, that's that bit, goes on to that bit. Okay, that bit goes in. Shit, I'll turn this on.
Sorry guys, getting the mic in here.
Guys and dolls. So, yeah, as I was saying, so there was an incident in the Ormo Park that hasn't been covered on the mainstream media, but been covered by everybody in the area and been on social media, where allegedly it was a child somebody tried to grab a child of foreign nature into bushes, and the father was back a wee distance and run after the. Oh, you got it on me. And run after the guy. The guy got away. That night was the night the guys asked the guy for ID. And whether you agree with it or not, the the mood in the area at that time was electric. And we don't want trouble in the streets. We don't want ranting. And if that's the worst that's going to happen, is guys out on the street checking on somebody who is in that park that night. What's the harm in just getting a bit of identification? Who are you? So if anything else happened, because we know some things don't get reported straight away, and that's what that was about. It's the only time it's happened, and that was why it happened. So there's a lot that comes with what's going on right now that you don't know because it isn't on mainstream media, and because there's no, whether it was reported to the police or not, I imagine it would have been. But obviously, where do you go with that? How do you describe a guy like, that's in a park, looks maybe Pakistani or Afghanistani, who knows? But it's difficult to describe him. You're going to be saying it's a foreign-looking guy with brown jumper, blue jeans. That's no good to nobody. And even if it came to an identification period, it would be difficult. It's difficult enough because in identification periods, they always bring people into the identification period that looks similar to you. And that can be problematic as well. You know what I mean? Where's the light? Get the light on me. Yeah, right there, aren't we? Yeah. So spin it around, let them see the guys. And there's more guys coming that way as well. And there's other guys knocking about. There's a car knocking about as well. And there's young guys on the bikes. So yeah, there's a lot of activity in the streets tonight, and there will be a lot of activity in East Belfast streets every night. And what else do you expect them to do? You know what I mean? What do you expect the men to do? What else have they got to do? They go on the Facebook and they start shouting about it, and they're risking getting taken into court because of their freedom of speech and they've got the wrong opinion. You know what I mean? This is their answer: walking peacefully, as friends, as patriots, as neighbours, some cases brothers, some cases mothers and fathers and sons. This is what they're doing, and there's nothing wrong with this. It's a beautiful night. There's no harm. No. This is a loyalist area. This is predominantly a loyalist area. This is East Belfast, but there is Catholics out on these streets as well. Okay, and you can't lie about that kind of thing. You know what I mean? And I'm not here to identify anybody, but you need to take my word for it. And things are changing in Northern Ireland in many ways, and obviously there's people still caught in the past, and on both sides. You know what I mean? But it's difficult going forward as well with everything that we're facing. With the two-tier, with the police, with Sinn Féin being in power, Michelle O'Neill, what's getting pushed out, what we've seen with the Bick McFarlane thing, and the song he wrote for Bobby Sands, and the statue for Bobby Sands, and yet we have a young man called Glenn up in court for paramilitary memorabilia, stuff from the past, stuff that he's collected from the past, and it seems to be one rule for one and another for another, and it seems to be an attack on patriots, and that's what you'll see. You'll see more and more attack on patriots, while the far left get to say whatever they want. They're able to become communists and socialism, and say a lot of things that a lot of us wouldn't get away with, as we've seen with Nick Knowles from Hope Not Hate when he put that post out about a Muslim woman being attacked by acid, and Muslim men went out hunting young British men because of that post, but yet he wasn't even arrested. And if he was arrested, he was released straight away. That man should have been charged for that. That was a hateful thing that he done, putting out a tweet that wasn't true. If it had been a patriot, our feet wouldn't have touched the ground. And this is the problem. If you're a patriot in this country, you're standing up against the government and what the government are doing to our countries with mass immigration, then you will be targeted. You will be targeted, and they will find a way to bring you down. You see me the attacks with me, and on constantly in the papers, front page, double spreads, Irish papers, Northern Ireland papers, on TV in Scotland, everywhere, just nonsense lies saying I'm related to the Shankill Butchers when I'm not related to the Shankill Butchers. I'm an orphan. I was orphaned when I was 8 years old. I don't have any other family but my mother, who died when I was 8. And the thing about the Shankill Butchers is, it's a, you can tell by the name. If you don't know, you can imagine the Shankill Butchers. You know what I mean? If something happened a long time ago, a group of men from the Shankill, and having that label on you in the papers when you're going down to the south of Ireland to reach out to the patriots in Southern Ireland and to speak alongside them at their demos, that was a sustained attack to try and get something bad happening to me. And, lucky enough, I got a lot of support from the Irish. But at the same time, there was threats made from Republicans like the NLA. And like I say, I believe it was all worked together with the newspapers and collusion to attack anybody that's a patriot and right wing, and because obviously it doesn't fit their agenda. And it seems to be these nationalists like the NLA and ARA, who haven't gone away, as Derek Adams has told us, are really pushing for Palestine and Hamas and Islam, while saying Brits out, they're saying foreigners in. And that's difficult for us as unionists to understand, to get our heads around, because we've always seen the Irish as freedom fighters who fought for Ireland and everything that was Ireland, and Ireland for the Irish. But yet we see a complete U-turn where they're destroying their country from inside. They're doing more damage to their country than we've ever done by allowing what's coming and not putting up a fight and not, telling people the truth. And exposed as the traitors that we think they are, because, like I say, guys, it's only a traitorous government would allow this to happen to their people, And yeah, it's a mural of the 36th Ulster Division, the original Ulster Volunteer Force. It's started by Sir Edward Carson in 1912, and they were in the front line of the Somme, Thiepval, Yves, all the main battles in France against the Germans. And that's who Belfast men are, guys. That's who we are. We are the front men who went over the lines at the Somme. We're the grandsons and the great grandsons and daughters of them men. And that's what sets us out from the rest. Want to pull that out? Just let them get the noise of the atmosphere. Get the charger back in.
I haven't got it.
Have you not?
Have I?
The battery pack, let me get that.
Well, how am I meant to turn it around?
Oh, well, I'll give you it back. There you go, bro. You can plug that in and grab that. Just try and keep this steady as possible. That'd be a good bit to see this video, wouldn't it? Yeah. With what?
No, I say it again. There's a killer car behind. Sorry, in front of behind.
Right.
Quite close.
Yeah, it's just one bars.
No bother, mate. Thank you. Right, take care.
There's this going
Right,
along
bye,
the
bye.
Holyrood Road, and there's one up the front as well. Yeah.
Right, John Rankin.
Mr. Rankin in the house. We'll be over to see you soon, won't you, mate?
Not past your bedtime, John. Must be getting there, John. Must be getting there. Cheers, good vibes. Yes, the people have had enough here. The cops have been circling us all night. They haven't come near us, like. Yes, Abigail Brown. Boycott the hotels, get them out. Cheers, Brickmaster. Yeah, they're in undercover cars as well. A few more cars as well, but
Yeah, we got them behind us and in front of us.
behind us, in front of us.
We're just going to let them sort of do a wee circle. We've got
It's not the
guys-
first rodeo, so to speak.
Yeah, we've got guys. There's guys out in bikes in all the different side streets, and there's a couple of cars driving about as well. That's, you know, just keeping an eye on things. Yeah, it's what it is. It's, you know, we can look after ourselves, and you know, it's as simple as that. Like.
There's a guy on the bike rails, he is, isn't he?
Yeah, he is indeed. Yep.
Yep, he's cycling about there. There's a guy in the car as well, out checking for police.
We're just getting a wee break, a wee smoke break for the boys. Any questions? Just ask.
There's no reason why we shouldn't be live streaming. We're not doing nothing wrong.
No, it's here for our protection and their protection. If you've seen the video last night of the harassment that these guys got from the PSNI, you would understand.
Manic Neil days, it can get quite heated.
Just want to say thank you guys for being on the live, hitting the like button and everything, and supporting Freedom Dad's channel. If you're not subscribed, please give it a subscribe. Please, if you are subscribed or you think you're subscribed,
At least
please,
the Smicks are patrolling.
please check your subscriptions, please, because other YouTubers seem to be losing subscribers who haven't been unsubscribing. So just keep an eye on that.
May the force be with you, CJ.
Yo.
Yo.
Right, mate.
Yes, Wade, no problem. Wade says he's going to message you.
Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. I'll catch up with you whenever I get the other phone. Okay, Martin. Thank you so much for popping down. You want a re-interview before you go?
No. I'm saving you.
Yeah. We'll just say it was,
What was it? You can't get that up again, can you? I can't see it. You need to tell me what it said.
Freedom Corner Monday night, 7:30 protest.
All right, sounds good. Yep.
Just going to mention, guys, there's another protest. When was that? Monday night?
Monday night, yep.
7:30, Freedom Corner.
So you all know where Freedom Corner is, guys. So we will be putting stuff out online and all the right places. And we will be YouTubers and TikTokers. CJ, you'll be there, I imagine, and the rest of the boys will be there covering it, the citizen journalists in Northern Ireland. So yeah, it's hot off the press,
Good man,
guys.
Wade.
Just coming in. So Monday night. Monday night,
Monday night, 7:30.
Monday night, 7:30, Freedom Corner in East Belfast.
Cheers, Susie. Hello, it ain't me.
Right, boss.
Not like you, mate. Not like you.
Right, have a safe journey home, mate.
All the best, mate, yes. Keep me entertained, Susie.
When we walk down, get back in the eye.
Hey, Susie, what's the point in that now?
Have you got the other bit?
Somewhere, huh?
You stick it in.
How long do I find it now? You keep calling me this fucking stuff.
You got that many stuff. I'll stick the mic in, guys.
What's that done with? For fuck's sake. I fucking know where it's at now.
Yeah, it's the mic in, yep.
No, I can't find it.
All right. Did you give me a back, maybe?
No, where's the dark grabbing it at?
Is that it? Got it. Yeah, the guys normally meet at C.S. Lewis Square at 10:30 every night. And yeah, anybody's welcome to come along and enjoy the community, enjoy the chats, and people, like-minded people, just, that's what it's about. You know what I mean? It's about networking. It's about mental health. It's about people at night time who are on their own, maybe can't sleep or whatever. You know what I mean? Don't socialize as much, and it's also there for that. It covers everything. It covers everything, guys. And you know, like I say, it isn't vigilantes. These guys know the law. They're not going to go around harassing people. They're not going to be. What's that? Every night, every night, and not just in East Belfast, Shankill, Woodfield, Ballymena, Newton Abbey, Portadown. We left anywhere out. Carrick, the village. So it's happening everywhere, and we will go round them all and join each one, and get a chat with the guys. You know what I mean? Yeah, the link's in the description, guys, and on my on my channel. If you go back to my channel, but normally my moderators would normally put a link up to buy me a coffee, and like I say, you'll always get a live. You don't need to go nuts. One coffee, guys, and you'll get an email every time I go live, so you'll never ever miss a live. And quite a lot of lives are just me sitting in the house talking about what's going on, my experience, what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing. Telling you the things that the mainstream media don't want to tell you. I'm telling you the things that the mainstream media are hiding from you, and um, you know, unraveling the nonsense that they feed and put out to give people a bad name, to shut down the argument, and to diminish support from the community to men like this, you know, and that's what we're here to, you know, counteract that. And like I say, I've said this from the start, you know, the government's plan is to silence people so they can keep doing what they're doing to our communities. So the people with the rich in the rich areas and the
Have a few down from Newton Abbey tonight.
Yeah.
He was at the platform on last night.
Yeah. They're about a couple of them boys are here as well. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's a lot of support. Like I say, the police have been at a few doors that they've been to one of the guys that's here, been to his door twice, two carloads, you know, and you know his lawyers are saying, listen, if you need to speak to him, you know, just let us know. So you know, at the end of the day, you got to stop harassing patriots. If you want to speak to us, just let us know. You know what I mean? You know, because that's harassment. You know what I mean? It's like you know the lawyers. Everything's been set up for that. You know what I mean? So you contact the lawyers. We want to speak to your client. The guys go in and they do their thing. You know, I'm live. I'm live. So I'm just going to turn the mic off for a wee second, guys. Like I say, guys, concerned parents, and it's what's going on in Northern Ireland. It's there's a reason these guys are here, you know, and like I say, I done a few screenshots a day of what was going on. I turned my Facebook on, and I just scrolled and I screenshotted what's going on in Northern Ireland in 12 hours, 24 hours sake. Some of it might have been last night's post, you know what I mean? So yeah, there's a lot going on. And this is the thing, you see, because there's no convictions, because there's no crime logged in such a way in some cases, then it's nobody knows about it. But the people in the community know about it. Everybody's community is talking about something happening in each community. Freedom Corners on the Newton Lodge Road. You can't miss it, guys. Coming out of the city, it's on your left hand side. Yep. Best way to describe it. All you got to do is Google it. It's quite famous. Quite a famous part of East Belfast. All right, CJ. You know, I'll give you a wee shout if anything happens, and if there's any harassment tonight from the PSNI, I will let you know, and you can jump on them, or if you want to take a screen record and throw it out yourself, whatever, mate, help yourself. That's what we do. That's what us YouTubers and TikTokers do in Northern Ireland. We share our stuff. All our stuff, once it goes up, is available for anybody to use on any other platforms. There's nothing. There's no. That's my. Don't use my stuff. Everybody's stuff is available to use for each other. And just to add as well, one of our main guys, Richard Inman, as you all know, Counter Media and Richard Inman on YouTube, a good friend of Tommy's. He's had a knock at his door today as well, and I'm quite sure he'll explain that to you in his own on his own platform. I don't want to take anything away from it or speak out of tune, but you know what I mean. There's a lot of patriots getting knocks on their doors right now, and yeah, bit of harassment. Turn it round. Hello, Jan.
Good evening, everybody. Hello. Thank you for joining. Really appreciate you all. Hello from Portrush. Good evening. Prayers from Ireland. Happy days. Send the prayers. We need the prayers. Praying for us all in this country. Hello.
So, guys, yep, this is just one of the parks. Sorry. Yeah, we're on. This is just one of the parks, and this is where a couple of people have been, asked, "What are you doing?" You know what I mean? And it's guys that's been floating about. It's guys who other people have went up to speak to, and they've got attitude because they're women, And then when the men go up, it's a totally different story. Their heads are down, their arms are down by their sides, and everybody's like, oh, poor guy. Oh, look at the harassments he's getting. But they don't understand that the guy's been sitting at a park where there's kids playing, and people have asked him, what are you doing here? And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? If it's your kid and you've got a man sitting on his own with what with what goes on around some of these hotels, iPad centres, whatever you want to call them, evidence over and over again of things going on by these men who have come in here legally, and our government are housing them in hotels, and they come out at night time and they hang about, and we don't know why they're hanging about. We don't know if it's a cultural thing, and it's not a crime to be concerned. It's not a crime when things are going on in your community and you see strange men hanging about in strange places that we're not used to. Then yeah. And it's these guys. I've heard them saying that they're homeless. These guys have had somewhere to live. These guys have got houses where they've went to. One guy was followed to his house, and that was the house with the 5 guys in it. And yes, not everybody agrees with the style. Not everybody agrees with the attitude. But this is Northern Ireland, And like I said, there's no crimes being committed, and but yet they're going to push. We know what they're pushing for. There's an arrest out on one of the guys, and we're here to support and to let the PSNI know and anybody else know that we're always going to support anybody that you target, you know what I mean? And enough, like I say, you are constantly following up with mainstream media. Mainstream media start the attack, as we've seen with Glen Kane, and then it follows up with houses being raided. And, they're just patriots, you know what I mean? They have genuine concerns. It's not misinformation. It's not far right. It's not racist. You know what I mean? It's genuine concerns of parents who see what's going on around Britain, in Ireland, and we're sitting here, little Northern Ireland with 6 counties with wide open borders with Ireland. Wide open. You don't even know you've left Great Britain and entered an EU. You've no clue. The only way you know is because your phone stops working. That's how you know when you've entered the South. And as we see with me travelling back and forth, the only people that got asked for ID, the only thing that got asked for ID was my dogs. They asked, did my dogs have a passport on the boat coming from Scotland? But yet I never got asked for ID. People with me never got asked for ID. And that's concerning. That's concerning. And then we're in a situation where maybe these guys are coming in and getting ID, and they're getting passports, and they're getting citizenship when they shouldn't be. And we've got a problem with the Home Office. We've got a problem with the government. There's something that's going on that isn't right. We've got Oxford and Cambridge, like who's passing the bar. It's majority Muslims. These are the next lawyers, the next judges, the next PFs that's going to be coming to England, and it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense why there's so many foreigners in the Home Office, and there's evidence now of crimes being committed where they're selling visas, and there's a 2-tier system, and it doesn't make any sense to me. The Home Office should be there to protect us, protect our borders, protect our women, protect our children, protect us from terrorism, protect us from spies, but yet they seem to be doing the opposite, and that's the problem. That's what we see. That's what we see with our own eyes, and it's not misinformation. You got to do your own research. So I'm going to take this out and just let you get in the atmosphere, because I don't want to keep going on and on, because you're probably sick listening to me. Is there? Right. Over. Oh, let's make sure it makes off.
Oh, there's no in my pocket.
Oh, you got the wee hang, have you got
I have it in my pocket.
Right. Yeah, just having a wee break, guys. They're going to be moving again shortly, so they are. Just getting an idea of what's going on with the police. You know, obviously there's guys about watching, and you know, it's just trying to stay on top of things, and just Belfast. You know what I mean? It's just how they roll. You know what I mean? And yeah, like I say, we're just here documenting, protecting these, protecting the police, protecting ourselves, and making sure the camera's rolling. And it's the only way to show the world what's truly going on. You know what I mean? There's a video from last night where they were asked to take their hoods down. I don't get that. You know, I understand masks and all that, but you know, being forced to take your hood down doesn't make any sense. You know, we're going in the wrong direction. You know what I mean? To be honest with you guys. And,
Catch you later, Foxy lad.
cheers, Foxy lad. Good to see you, mate. I know it's a late one, guys, and thank you for staying on. We are going to be going. We're going to go on. You're going to see some nice bits of Belfast just shortly. So if you've got nothing better to do, if you're just chilling out and get the kettle on, make yourself a cup of tea, grab some biscuits, put the feet up, and enjoy a walk around East Belfast late at night. And Freedom Dad, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, and always remember to show some love down there, guys.
Nate, Hannah. That's it. Ulster Scots. That's all it is. Hello there, 40 pounds. Love the name. That kid's parents are here at Brave Star, so I think it's up to them.
Sorry, then. Right, guys. So we're gonna wrap it up. So we are for a number of different reasons. But like I say, this is the East Belfast First Division. The guys that come out every night and parade or walk, whatever you want to call it, watch. You know what I mean? Keep an eye on our area, and friends who come out and talk and have a chat and get to know each other and socialise. And that's all it's about, guys. You know what I mean? It's an every night thing. Yeah, the boys they'll be back out here tomorrow night, and yeah, it's gonna keep going. And obviously, we are expecting an arrest of a key figure, one of the guys that's involved with this. We're expecting his arrest tomorrow. He will be handing himself into the police station, and we'll be taking it from there, and we will be reporting what we can of what's going on, and maybe depending how things go tomorrow will depend how much information we will release as journalists, because some of them might want to be kept for court as his defence. So there's a lot happening. It's the usual attack on Patriots. and the usual attack from the media and some government officials who have jumped on the bandwagon without coming out and having a chat with the guys. And like I say, this all we're doing here is documenting what's going on in Northern Ireland. This is what's happening. It's not made up. It's not real. You know, this is what's happening. This is what's on the news right now. This is what Stephen Nolan is talking about for the last 2 days. And yeah, so we're here because everybody else is talking about them behind their backs, and we're here giving them a reply. And Freedom Dad will always be the voice of his communities, and that's what it's about, guys. So I know it's a late one. I really appreciate you staying in for so long. They have decided to cut it short tonight, and yeah, it's just a statement from the community saying no matter what happens, no matter how hard you push, the more you try and silence these guys, the more people are going to come out. And it's as simple as that. You know, it's Northern Ireland, and everybody backs each other up. Like the bonfire when the village bonfire was under threat, after Sinn Féin complaining about asbestos and stuff like that. Every bonfire in Northern Ireland came out to support. You know, and the bonfire went ahead. You know, see you there, boys. So the bonfire went ahead, and that was through the support of all the other bonfires in Northern Ireland. So Northern Ireland has got a system set up where each community supports each community, and yeah, like I say, it is inclusive to Protestants and Catholics. This is a loyalist area, known as a loyalist area, as you've seen with some of the murals you've seen tonight, and yeah, like I say, as you've seen with the 11th night, we had Catholics. I interviewed them on our bonfire. You know, they enjoyed the celebrations with us, and we are inclusive, and that's what we're trying to say. But there has been an incident as well in East Belfast where 3 guys that were part of the GAA, which is a sort of like, is it hurley? Oh, fucking, what is it? What's GAA? What? Gaelic football. And yeah, I should know these things. And they were abusing and threatening one of our ex-servicemen, one of our UDR soldiers that, you know, they give all in this country. And he's a veteran. You know, he's getting on in age now, and they seen a tattoo on his arm and they abused him. And it's difficult when we're trying to be inclusive and we're trying to say, listen, you can come into our areas, you'll be safe, you can come to our bonfires. And then we have men like that, young guys like that coming in to where we're welcoming them and then abusing one of our veterans. So there's a lot of work to be done in Northern Ireland. There's still a long way to go before we're ever going to find a peace what we all agree on. So this is one of the problems that we have. We're not in a position, we're not ready for what's coming. Northern Ireland isn't set up for mass immigration. It isn't set up for Islam, you know. Northern Ireland has its own problems, and we're trying to iron those problems out. And like I say, it's not easy, and we're up against everybody right now. You're far right, you're racist, you're a Nazi, all the rest of it, you know. And I don't know what else to say, but I can tell you with my heart, there's no racists here, there's no Nazis here, there's no far right here. These are parents, these are mothers, these are fathers, these are grandfathers. These are mothers and sons that are here. There's fathers and sons that are here. And they're all a representation of the community that they live in. And they all get the support from the community they live in. And the PSNI and the government need to remember that before you start attacking these men and women. I'm Freedom Dad. Thank you so much for coming on to my live tonight. I'm sorry it's a really late one. I know it's went on a wee bit. There hasn't been that much going on. But like I say, if anything does happen as the night goes on, I will be recording and I will bring it to you. Okay? So hopefully it will pass off peacefully. The police have backed off for now. There's no harassment. There's no cameras. There's no take your hoods down and all that nonsense. And let's hope that we've turned a page in Northern Ireland, and the men and women can go out peacefully at night and do what they need to do to keep their communities safe. I'm Freedom Dad with Freddie behind the camera. Thank you, Freddie. And with the residents of East Belfast. And as always, God bless.